struggled of last season with an injury. Now that he's getting some action on the floor, Kenny, how do you see him developing?
Well, he's very fluid. You know, he's got great movement, gets up and down the floor for his size. You know, he's got really good footwork for a guy who's been sitting out that long. He's a legitimate 7-footer, Shaq, and, you know, those are rare and hard to find.
You know, I like his game because he can face up, play with his back to the basket, and he's equally comfortable scoring in either position. I like that about his game.
How's his feet work?
Feet work is perpetuous excellence at its finest.
How's his footwork?
I don't know what that means.
Okay.
We have an interconference affair lined up for you today as the Utah Jazz come in for this one. Buckle yourselves in, everybody. It's the NBA on 2K Sports. With Greg Anthony and Clark Kellogg, this is Kevin Harlan.
Boys, nice and high.
And so here we go, the 76ers to start it. All fueled up and ready to go. Let's check out who's on the floor, courtesy of Gatorade. Taking a look at the Jazz. The forwards are Hayward and Favors. Then it's Rudy Gobert. Then there's Jay. Here's Gobert. Off to a good start as he hits his first shot attempt.
And they are on the board first.
Trying to set the tone here early. I like that.
And we all know Utah is a very young team. Last year, only the 76ers were younger. Still very competitive given the age and the lack of experience from this group.
And Utah has possession. Now we'll go to Doris Burke, who had a chance to talk with head coach Brett Brown.
Kevin, we talked at length about how they plan to contain this excellent offensive ball club. He said, you know, our opponent changes, but our principles stay relatively constant. It's all about denying the high percentage shots, the layups, free throws, and open three-pointers. If they're hitting contested jump shots, you just have to tip your hat to them. Kevin, a sound strategy.
All right, Doris, they're probably well aware of the firepower they're up against you.
You know, it sounds like it. I mean, their coach knows how tough it is to slow this team down, and he wants to make sure his guys understand that as well.
Yeah, I guarantee he got his point across when prepping them for this one. He focused clearly on their absolute toughest effort defensively.
And Philadelphia has possession. After the basket by Utah. First quarter of play with about a minute and a half gone. And with 1-2 punch, beautiful pass and nasty jam.
Just a great job of attacking on the break.
Yeah, you know, exploding to the basket like that, Greg, just as soon as that ball was going the other way, that's exactly how you want to do it.
And Embiid throws it down.
Oh, Maestro, he is so good at making those lead passes, like conducting an orchestra.
Gobert with a wide-open look. The basket good off the assist from Hayward. Gobert's got 5 now. Down low, here's Embiid. No luck. Gobert with the defensive effort. For Utah, they've gotten all 5 of their shots to go down in the first quarter. Terrific start. And he gets it to go.
Really not hard to see why they're giving up points on this run. I mean, they're just giving them too many looks inside.
Yeah, and usually when a team goes on a run like this, it's because they are getting too many opportunities on the inside. Make them beat you from deep.
So it's Utah now. After the miss from Joel Embiid. Fires from deep. And that one's good. 10 points for Jay.
It seems that every pass they make is leading to a score here. I mean, that's just exquisite ball movement.
And that's because the ball is looking for the best shot. Wow, that's a really smooth finish.
That's why we and they always love seeing him at the end of those breaks. He makes it look fun and easy.
That Kia Slam Cam replay really gave you a good look at the action. Pulls up, and again it's Utah.
They're allowing a sky-high field goal percentage. That won't get it.
Not at all, Clark. You rarely see a team surrender points this easily. They have got to do better.
And the 76ers decide to take their first time out here. Philadelphia started to create a little bit of an identity last season after all their transactions, Clark, and shifting around. They settled down and came together.
Yeah, and I tell you, it looks like the identity will be the Sixers being a defensive team going forward. Offense has its fits and starts, but defensively they found some traction.
And first quarter, we're about 3.5 minutes in.
You're not going to see that very often. Plenty of space, but he just, let's face it, he whiffs on that one.
He feeds it to Gobert. He makes no mistake on the slam dunk.
And chalk up a few more points for him there. This has been a one-sided game in just about every area.
Absolutely. I echo that sentiment. Their offense, their defense, I mean, it's all been terrific.
Here's Favors. Finishes the break with a slam.
You could not diagram a better way to open a quarter.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, look at the lead they've jumped out to already. What a start.
As you said, the 76ers will be a team built on defense going forward. At least that's what it seems like to me. They have very active hands and can bother a lot of shots. They also force a ton of turnovers as well.
He thought he had that one clean, but the ref saw it differently. They'll count the basket.
So it's Philadelphia now. Cannon the pass to Covington. Embiid the screen. Here's Covington, looking for his first basket still in this one. That's tipped. To the middle. And Hayward with the stuff.
You couldn't have dreamed of a much better start here than they've had today.
I think the offensive game plan they came in with was right on point. It's worked perfectly, and the lead they already have is proof in the pudding. And, you know, guys, the Sixers did force a lot of turnovers, but they also gave the ball away the most in the NBA, so kind of negated the turnovers they forced. They can be as defensive as they want, but they've got to get better at taking care of the ball if they're going to improve.
Pass to Okafor. Shot to stop the run, and it's good on the layup.
Took advantage of some shoddy defense there. They've got to at least get a finger on him.
Jazz leading by 23. Hayward on the wing. Gobert the screen. Back to Hayward from the baseline. And Utah again with the bucket.
And really keeping the ball hopping around here offensively.
The last 5 trips they've had have ended with a great pass leading to a basket. They're really sharing the sugar.
Smith. Here's Embiid. It's good, the assist that time from Smith. And it's 6 points for Joel Embiid.
And he is really in a zone right now, playing and scoring with confidence.
Back to Hayward. Jazz passing it around. And Utah, another 3.
And really, that's what built the early lead here. Killer shooting from beyond.
And the defense needs to recognize that and get to the shooters. It's imperative that they get a hand up.
And it's Okafor missing.
You know, he's been off his game this quarter just a bit. Hasn't been able to get a whole lot to go so far.
And that basket is going to count. Goaltending, the official call.
He didn't get to that one quite in time, Kevin. Those can be tough to gauge sometimes.
And clearly you can hear what the crowd thinks about that call.
You sure can. I mean, they erupted as soon as that whistle blew. No time between the call and the eruption.
And he gets the bucket. Covington's got his first basket.
And you can see the defense broke down there, allowing him to get all the way to the hoop.
Out to the right wing. Whoops, they pick off the pass. Fast break, Philadelphia. Here's Smith. Rebounded by the Jazz.
If they could end every possession with that shot, they'd be happy. 9 times out of 10, that's an easy layup for him. Well, he's in a groove right now. The touch is flowing, 6 of 6 from the field.
And it looks like he's having one of those games, guys. He's starting to feel it.
Boy, I tell you, I thought the Jazz had a big year last season, looked much tougher than before. A big part of that is how Coach Quinn Snyder helped the team grow. I mean, he looked like a perfect fit in his first year with the franchise.
And Hayward with the stuff.
No doubt they've come into this game with a really aggressive approach, just pounding the ball inside.
It certainly is working. They're finding the open lanes to the hoop and owning this game early.
Here's Smith. That's in, and he found his range with that one. Now 1 for 2.
They've done well at taking advantage of some late defensive rotations and getting the ball into the paint.
Clearly, they've been the aggressors thus far when it comes to attacking the interior in this first half.
They've been hot here early, dropping them in left and right.
Rolling, rolling, rolling. We'll see how long they can keep it going.
Covington dishes to Okafor. To the paint. And Embiid throws it down.
And that assist got him a little nod from his teammate after that one.
It's been all Jazz. The dish to Gobert. Fires it up. And there's another one for the Jazz.
Another pass put right into the shooter's pocket, right in the shooting pocket for a terrific assist. They've done a lot of that today.
And it's something we haven't seen much of at the opposite end of the floor.
And the shot goes in from Embiid.
That's the 10th straight point they've given up in the paint.
And, you know, it doesn't matter how good your defense is on the perimeter if you're going to allow easy ones inside like that.
Out to the right wing. NATO and Utah again with the bucket.
Yeah, the chemistry has been terrific. Really impressed with their offensive execution.
You know, the defense, Greg, has really been kept off balance because of the outstanding passes. 4 straight field goals have been made off an assist.
Covington's shot is off. Clark, they've shared the load offensively.
Yeah, they've done a good job with it, Kevin. Everybody's touching the ball. There's a nice flow to what they're doing offensively.
And, guys, they've put the defense on their heels. You can see right now they're trying to react, and that's what you want when you're in a rhythm offensively.
Embiid with a screen on Hayward. And they call an illegal screen here.
That's 4 turnovers out of them already. Sloppy play in the early going.
And, Greg, it'll be a long day for them if they keep this up.
Gobert, the screen. In the corner, it's Hayward. Here's Jay. The basket good off the assist from Hayward. And that's 20 points for Jay.
Fantastic ball movement. They're picking them apart with their passing.
Purposeful passing it is, partner. Their last 10 points have all come off assists.
Cannon kicks to Okafor. Shot is off. Hayward with some nice D.
He's been anything but his usual self this quarter. It's actually been ugly to see.
Here's Gobert. Again, the Jazz score.
They've had assists now on their last 3 baskets.
And it's not just their passing, but also the body movement off the ball that's created a lot of those opportunities.
Ball's knocked loose. And they're running on up the court. Pushes it down to finish the break.
Oh, quick hands on the steal and then just mad hops on the slam.
Great sequence for them defensively and Clark offensively.
Well, one usually leads to the other, Kevin. That's just good, aggressive, attacking basketball at both ends.
And stolen by Favors. And Hayward with a clear path to the hoop.
Good.
Did you see that? Whoa. Man, oh, man.
The spinorama, kind of like using the washing machine. Do you know what kind of athlete you have to be to pull off that 360?
Remarkable, truly remarkable.
Let's call it the agitator.
I tell you what, Spinorama, I like the nickname. You may have started something there.
And that's out of bounds. Philadelphia will retain possession. .115 left here in the first quarter. Here's Covington. Well-timed pass, and he goes straight to the bucket for the layup. Covington's got his second basket of the game. It's been all Jazz. And Favors has it in the corner. Here's Jay. Hits it from three-point range. Jay's got 27 points.
Dropping bombs. How many more threes are we going to see from him tonight?
Well, we've already seen plenty. I mean, he's got more points from outside the arc than inside of it so far.
And so here is Philadelphia. And here's Covington from the arc.
And they've done a nice job controlling the defensive backboard to start this game.
Not one second chance bucket allowed. That is finishing off good defense.
Plenty of daylight on that shot. And 11 points for Gordon Hayward.
And that's sort of been the story here today, hasn't it?
Clark, they've been looking out of sync offensively.
You know what? A basket here would do a lot for their confidence.
11 feet away, Gobert pulls it in. Gobert's got 4 rebounds in this game.
I think he's got to regroup and get himself together here. I mean, something's gone wrong with him this quarter. He's really fallen off.
At the top of the key, Favors. And Utah again with the bucket.
That's leadership. Really, really valuable to have someone who can just take charge like he has.
Well, there's a certain amount of confidence you have when the ball is in his hands at that end of the floor right now. I mean, he just gives you a sense of calm and confidence because of how good he is.
Welcome back, folks. We'll see if we're in store for a more tightly contested quarter. We move here into the second. And a moment now to look at the scoring approach in terms of where the points are coming from here for Utah.
They've been making some really nice passes out there. Excellent passing. That could set the tone for the rest of the game.
Yeah, the other thing, though, is they have attacked in the open floor. They're definitely getting a lot of easy ones that way.
Grant at small forward with Noel at the 4. Then it's Hollis Thompson. Then there's Okafor. That's the group on the 4 for Philadelphia.
12. Yeah, that's a difficult shot in the face of a defender that towers over him.
You know, guys sometimes love proving people wrong. You know that from guys you've played with. And Greg, this mismatch. Him an opportunity to quiet the haters and naysayers.
Yeah, okay.
And in an era where so many guys take the money and run, Gordon Hayward did the best he could to live up to his new contract. Clark last year, a 4-year max deal signed heading into last season.
Yeah, and the way max contracts work nowadays, even the upper mid-tier guys are getting them. A trend that will probably continue, at least in the near future. I don't like it, though. There are only a small number of guys that are really max contract players in the NBA.
How about the passing? They are moving the ball without any thought, without any individual agenda.
Yeah, and it's really fun to see that kind of unselfishness. Really hard not to appreciate all the assists they've racked up.
And there's the call by the official. They'll count the basket here following the goaltending call.
He almost got to that shot in time, but not quite. You can't touch the ball once it's on the way down.
The pass to Okafor. To halt the run, the shot misses. So Utah will take it the other way.
And when you get back to Hayward, last year his points per game were way up. But really impressive, his shooting percentages. His shooting percentages were way up. That's a big step forward, I believe, in his development. And I like the job they've done with working the basketball. They've been moving and getting quality shots.
And, Greg, their field goal percentage reflects that. I mean, they've been the much better team shooting the ball. And you know me, shooting percentage, always a function of shot selection.
Shot clock at 6. Shoots it. Utah with the rebound.
You know, on the topic of whether Hayward is a true max prospect, he did some things last year to at least argue that he is. He was stronger, a lot more aggressive going to the rim. His defense improved, too. He'll need another year of development like that to silence the doubters.
Thompson outside. He dishes it to Okafor. Some nice ball movement here by the 76ers. Passes it to Noel. And the defense really pressing up on him. Made that a tough shot. Inside, here's Hayward. And it's out of bounds. Utah able to retain possession here.
Get down, Favors.
Now about 3 minutes gone in this second quarter of basketball. Nato drills it from outside. He's got 9.
Having a lot of trouble stopping the three-point shot.
And they're not making up for it with their own shots from deep either, so that's a double-edged sword there.
There's a screen by Noel. Okafor kicks to Grant. Okafor up top. Clock at 6. They get a hand on it. And the Jazz pushing it up now. Here's Jay. Rips down the breakaway slam.
Kevin, he's definitely making his presence felt here in the first half. He's been very effective so far.
And almost 4 minutes gone here in the second quarter of play. Thompson outside. Over to the left wing. 6 to shoot. And here again, the Jazz in transition. Up the court they go. Offensive rebound. And Gobert kicks to Hayward. Favors passes to Gobert. Here's Jay. And Utah, another 3.
Strong work for him at the offensive end, helping them to maintain that lead.
Dishes it to Noel. Down low, tries to snap the cold streak, and the rejection by Favors. And down it goes. Dunked through off a wonderful assist.
Good ball movement. He put that pass in the ideal spot, right where it needed to be.
The 76ers have gotten off to a rough start here in the second quarter, going just 1 for 5. Another miss by Philadelphia. Now what a second half of the season it was for the Jazz. After the All-Star break, they went on a rampage.
And the catalyst for that was the defense. I mean, very few opponents got to triple digits against the Jazz after the All-Star break.
And the lead's not getting any smaller. Just an incredibly well-rounded performance here on the road.
And how good a feeling is that for this team to dominate the way they did in front of a hostile crowd? That is a satisfying feeling for the victors.
And for the Jazz and their defense post-All-Star break, it helped them in their big second-half run. How about a .422 field goal percentage against after the break?
From deep three-point range, the rebound by Grant. The 76ers have gone only 2 of 7 from the field since the second quarter got underway. It's tipped, but they recover it. 5 on the clock, picked by Okafor. Goes back up, and the layup is good. Okafor's got 4 points now in the quarter.
Really nice job to convert the putback opportunity there. I mean, he stayed with that play from start to finish. That's something we say about him a lot.
Left side Favors. And again, it's Utah.
And, you know, you were talking about the field goal percentage against for the Jazz. It was the 3rd best in the league after the All-Star break. That's field goal percentage defense. They allowed the fewest points in the NBA after the break as well.
Utah has gone 3 of 4 with the long-range bombs here in the second quarter. Lets it go from deep. Nice shot by Gobert. Gobert's got 14 points.
And when you've got a big man who can shoot from distance like that, what a huge advantage.
Over to the wing. Picked by Okafor. Takes the 13-footer, and it's Noel missing.
And that was a difficult shot from mid-range simply because the defense was engaged.
Yeah, and I think the quickness of the closeout really threw him off.
Utah shooting their first free throw of the contest.
You know, as I watched Derek Favors last season, he continued to develop his offense. He was a big, unpolished athlete coming into the league, had some conditioning problems, but now it seems like he's on track to be a force as a power forward.
Utah has gotten hot from three-point land in the second quarter, going 4 of 5 from downtown. Hayward outside. Here's Gobert, and the rejection by Noel. Now here is Smith. He's covered closely. Now the feed to Covington. No good on the triple.
I'm shocked that didn't turn into 3 points. I mean, he makes you pay on those nearly every time.
At the top of the key, Gobert. Hayward outside. To the wing on the left. Shot clock at 6. And the shot is good. 13 points in the game.
They're perfectly content to keep going to that mid-range jumper. If the defense is going to give it to them, they'll take it all day.
And it's about getting open looks, and they've used that shot with great effect here tonight.
Noel, a screen on Hayward. Here's Covington, defended by Hayward. From deep three-point range, Covington's shot is off.
It's been a real difficult game for him offensively, and it's cost him.
Out left to the wing, fires the three, and Embiid with the block. Cannon dishes to Smith, feeds it to Embiid. Fast break, here come the Jazz. Hayward's running. Here's Jay. The basket good off the assist from Hayward. Hayward's got his 9th assist in the game now.
And when they've gone to him, he has come through big time. You got to keep getting him touches.
Here's Jay, and he drops in the layup off the glass. Jay's got 45 points.
This switch has definitely been flipped to on this quarter, guys.
2 minutes left.
Smith outside. Noel.
Make it 2 hands for safety. That's what they say, right,
Yeah,
Kevin?
that's right. You got it. And he was ultra safe with that dunk.
No reason not to be.
And guys, as he should be, remove all doubt on that attack.
Good. 16 points for Rudy Gobert.
They're getting on a roll inside. Their last 3 field goals have come from inside the paint area.
There's got to be a wall of defense when it comes to attacking the paint. Plain and simple.
And Noel kicks to Cannon. Clock at 6. Lets the 3 fly. The rebound by the Jazz. Gobert's got rebound number 8 here tonight in the game. Embiid with the steal. Noel up top. He makes that one drop, only a second and 5 tries.
You love it when a big man has those soft hands. Rarely any problem converting that close to the rim.
To the right side. Jay, the pass to Gobert. And again, it's Utah. Philadelphia's got nothing but zeros from long range in the second quarter. 0 of 4. They get a hand on it. And now Utah, fast break. And here they go. And another one in the scoring column for him. He's 7 of 10 from the field.
And you can see the difference with their ability to win with their speed, guys.
Boy, I love the pace and flow that their open court offense has been played with. I mean, it's been humming quietly, but very efficient.
And that's how you make a steal count. Turn it into a quick slam at the other end.
It was really a case, it looked like Greg Anthony right there, if I can say so. It was really a case of a great defensive play triggering some instant offense.
Yeah, I remember GA as an irritant, and this guy, much like Greg, creating havoc out there.
5 to shoot. Here's Covington, and he overshot that one, missing. And so a pretty lopsided game through the first half. It's the Jazz running away with this one. Live from Philadelphia, you're watching 2K Sports.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Well, 2 quarters down, 2 to go. Welcome back, Ernie Johnson, Shaquille O'Neal, and Kenny the Jet Smith as we start breaking it down for you. Utah finds themselves ahead after 2 quarters. They are completely in control of the game, leading by a massive amount. Kenny?
Well, how about that ball movement? That was a true definition of team basketball. All 5 guys moving, all guys rotating, everyone touching the ball, a bunch of assists, tons of easy baskets. It gives everyone on the floor confidence when you're playing like that.
And over to Shaq. What did you think about Philadelphia?
On defense, they've been all over the place, especially when it comes time to protecting the rim. They struggle in a lot of areas, but they got to toughen up inside. It's a tough matchup for them right now, but that interior presence has to improve if they want to chip away at that deficit.
And now, folks, it's just about time for the third quarter to begin. We will see you after the final buzzer.
Well, it's been a one-sided affair so far through the first 2 quarters, but there's plenty of time to mount a comeback.
No slowing him down. Just incredible numbers for Jay. He has 47 points, and the steals are starting to pile up for him also.
And Clark, he's really gotten into their heads because of it. I mean, guys are on the lookout for him, always worrying about where he is.
Checking out the group for Quinn Snyder to start the second half. Favors and Gobert are the shot-blocking duo inside. And it's Hayward. Then there's Jay to the left wing. Got a piece of it. Here's Okafor. Gobert with the block. Pass to Jay. Wide open. Here's Favors. And Utah again with the bucket.
Boy, a big gap between these teams as far as fast break points are concerned.
Yeah, and some teams play a slower tempo, but defensively you have to commit to sprinting back in transition and denying those runouts.
Cannon can't hit.
They've shown some strength in the paint today. Their work on the boards has been impressive.
Guys, that's putting it mildly. I mean, they've been absolutely dominant.
Listen, playing Western Conference teams is never easy. And for the 76ers last year, it got downright ugly. Some games against the West, they just didn't stand any chance.
Back to Embiid. From 13 feet, it goes down. Embiid's got 14 points for the game. For Utah, they've gone 3 of 3 from the field since halftime. The pass to Jay. Releases from 15. Again, the Jazz score. A lot of blowouts for Philly last year against the West, as you talked about. Greg only managed to take 6 wins in their 30 games. Clark out of conference.
And Kevin, that was tied for the fewest wins against the West in the league. But again, no surprise with Philadelphia because they really were focused on developing young talent there.
And now around 2 minutes gone by in this half. Hayward on the wing. To the wing right side. Jay. And the Jazz, another 3.
And they're not taking their foot off the pedal. They just keep adding to their lead.
Well, it's never a good idea to back off and ease up. And it doesn't look like that thought's even crossed their mind. I love it.
Here's Okafor. Derek Favors with the rebound. Favors has got his 5th rebound in this one.
And they're 1 of 4 here to start the second half.
For 3, Hayward. Utah the rebound. Here's Gobert. The basket good off the assist from Hayward. And that's now 20 points for Rudy Gobert. Smith outside. Pass to Cannon. Back to Smith. Embiid the screen. 6 to shoot. Hit the floater. Can't get it to go. And Utah the other way now.
Ooh, and this is easy to see who's going to win that race.
Yeah, early offense is often easy offense. Excellent work that time.
And that last replay courtesy of Kia. Smith outside. Picked by Okafor. Here's Cannon. He's had some playing time, but no scoring yet from him.
And he has slipped into a funk, Clark. You can see the confidence is shaken.
Yeah, it really is. I mean, he's very much deflated. The basket looks a lot smaller to him at this point, and the only way you can get out of it is to work yourself out of it.
Smith dishes to Okafor. Looking to end the run. And Derek Favors pulls it down.
And, you know, you can feel the desperation right now. They're starting to lose their composure offensively.
Yeah, it's palpable, Greg. I mean, clearly you can see the frustration. And it's understandable. I mean, right now they're on the wrong side of a big run.
Smith kicks to Okafor. Embiid the screen. The timely screen gave him a step, and he took it all the way. And that's now 10 points for Jahlil Okafor. Utah has gotten 12 of their points from long range in the third quarter, going 4 of 5 shooting. Hayward kicks to Favors. Nice ball movement by Utah. And it goes out of bounds. That one is off Smith.
You know what? A low percentage pass on that one, but sometimes it's worth the risk.
Well, that time the risk did not pay off because it was well defended.
Carl Landry's checked in for Philadelphia. Nick Stauskas comes in for Isaiah Cannon.
The defense has just been unable to slow him down. Wow, what a game.
Clark, they've been struggling here on offense.
Yeah, a little bit of cottonmouth here. Dry spell for sure.
Picked by Okafor. Smith outside. And here's Covington from the arc. Rebound, Utah. Gobert's got rebound number 12 here already in the game. Out of bounds, Philadelphia takes possession. You know, Clark, the thing you like about Derek Favors is he keeps adding to his game every year. You forget how young he is, too.
That's exactly right. We need a reminder. This guy came into the league very early, right after a year of college. Seems like he's been around forever.
Outside Landry. He kicks it to Okafor. Picked by Okafor. Out to the wing. Fires for three. That one goes. Count it. 5 points in the game.
Perfect screen there. Set him up with a terrific look.
Yeah, I like the fact that the setup was good, the screen was solid, but you also have to look at the fact that the defender didn't do his job as well as he could have.
Passes it to Jay. Favors with the screen. Nato. Again, the Jazz score.
And don't be surprised if we see a lot more of that to come. I mean, when he gets going like this, it is not easy to slow him down.
Stauskas, the pass to Landry. Okafor against Gobert. A baseline J. Gobert pulls it in. Gobert's got rebound number 13 for him here tonight. Here's Hayward, and foul called as he misses. He'll go to the line and shoot two. And you know, Gordon Hayward was involved in one of the more fascinating NBA draft stories. It started after his father confirmed that Gordon would submit his name to the draft, but would not immediately hire an agent.
Yeah, reportedly, Dad created a highly detailed 2-page questionnaire that he gave prospective agents, which is not something that's typical.
Hayward hits them both.
And on the topic of Hayward hiring an agent, it was reported that the questionnaire was just the beginning and that prospective agents also went through quite a grilling. In addition to that, you talk about a thorough process.
Gobert with the block. Hayward dishes to Favors. Got a piece of it. Kicks to Grant. And he finishes nicely on the layup.
You know, back to Hayward, obviously his first NBA contract was subject to the rookie wage scale, but his second contract, 4-year max deal. So whatever the Haywards have done as far as agent vetting, it's paid off.
There's the dish to Gobert. Hayward kicks to Favors. And so the ball's out of bounds. Favors touch it last. Noel's checked in for the 76ers.
Checking in for the 76ers, Nerlens.
Philadelphia's gone 1 of 4 in three-point shots here in the third. Outside Landry. Jammed down as he goes right over Rudy Gobert.
Is there another player out there capable of moves as stunning as that?
A handful at the most. He is an elite company.
You know, he's got that it factor, no doubt about it. He causes excitement just by walking in the building.
There's a screen by Noel. Another three for Philadelphia.
And that's why it's so important to really be a good screening team. You get a lot of open looks from it.
Nato and Utah again with the bucket.
It just seems like the more he touches it, the more the lead grows.
To the inside and stolen by Favors. And now Hayward pushing it up. No one back to stop him.
I think that play sort of sums up what we've seen throughout. Just simply being outplayed both sides of the ball. Smart basketball defensively turning into quick points.
And that can't continue. I mean, if they hope to get back in this game, I mean, it's really deflating from a morale standpoint. They need stops and points, not turnovers.
Dishes it to Noel. Some nice ball movement here by the 76ers. Just 5 on the clock. Can't get it to fall.
He's always going to have a difficult time finishing when the defense is in his face like that.
And he gets the bucket. And now it's 27 points for Gordon Hayward.
And an open path to the hoop there. Easy bucket. We've seen that far too many times today.
And there's the feed to Grant. To the left wing. This one for 3. Utah with the rebound. Gobert's got his 16th rebound on the night. Stolen by Landry. Here's Stauskas. Looking for his first basket still in this one. Favors against Noel. Lays it up and banks it in.
The D on him has to be airtight, guys. You got to get into his airspace. And that was far from it.
Fires from the wing. And Utah again with the bucket.
And that keeps him perfect from the field this quarter.
Well, the city of Philadelphia has had some tough times. No doubt you've seen Boo Santa Claus. You can imagine, Greg, how they felt about this Sixers team a year ago.
The Sixers were going to be in trouble from the very start of the year. A lot of fans didn't even bother to show up to Boo. I mean, Philly had the worst attendance in the league last season.
But they've got hope, Greg.
A lot of young talent. Maybe this year it starts to materialize. This is a nice third quarter surge here. They've got it going right now.
And a perfect time to get hot, just as we get into the meat of the second half here.
Stauskas with the bucket.
Maybe he's not one of the elite sharpshooters, but even still, that's not a shot the D can afford to give him.
Well, when you look at the 76ers, it's no surprise that they have empty seats. I mean, they ended up 12-29 at home, which wasn't the worst mark in the NBA, but it was tied for second worst.
And he got loose from the three-point range in the first half and showing signs here that he's still got the flow in the second.
Another 3 for Philadelphia.
Tit for tat right there, huh, guys?
Didn't take him long at all, fellas, to get those 3 points back.
And Philadelphia just, at times, hard to watch, even at home. I mean, they had the worst home field goal percentage in the entire league. Hard to get the crowd into it if you are clanking it on the rim every trip down. And I bet you'll never see too many guys who can put forth an effort on the boards like this one, Clark.
Yeah, as a former outstanding rebounder myself, I can certainly appreciate what this guy is doing. An extraordinary combination of talent and desire is what allows him to do what he's done today. Great performance.
Andrew with the screen. He feeds it to Stauskas. Tried to answer back, but that 3 is off the mark. Off the mark. The 3 quarters of play all in the books, and this one all but over already. Jazz out in front, opening up a huge gap. Live from Philadelphia, you're watching 2K Sports. And thanks again for joining us. Let's see what happens here in the fourth. They've got Carl Landry. He's out there with Thompson, and it's Holmes in at the center. That's the group on the floor for Philadelphia. A shot by Hayward, wide open. Gets a very good look and converts. Hayward's got the first points up on the board here in the fourth for the Jazz. The screen from Thompson. Feeds to Landry. Out to the right wing. Stauskas. Rebound, Utah.
I didn't see that miss coming. I mean, he's usually been money from that range.
Offensive rebound.
Post up, Favors, post up.
Jay, the pass to Favors. And the call will go against Hollis Thompson. That's his first foul.
Yeah, clearly a foul of frustration right there.
Not his best moment. Obviously, no one on their team's happy right now, but you shouldn't be taking that frustration out on your opponent with a poor foul.
And the Jazz making a change here. Max checked in.
He is setting this place on fire, fellas. His shooting has been off the charts.
And for the 76ers, they're shooting under 40% all in all for the game. There's the pick. Thompson outside to the wing on the left. Pass to Holmes. Good ball movement here by the 76ers. Shot clock at 5. And the officials signal the backcourt violation. Not very careful there. Jazz have gone 2 of 3 from the field to get the fourth quarter started. Here's Mack. Again, the Jazz score.
They're earning their points with the jump shot now.
And that's right, Clark. 6 of their last 10 have come from the mid-range.
The pass to Holmes. Landry with the screen. Great D that time from Favors.
Oh, tough D on the inside.
It sure was, Greg. No easy access to the basket when that fella's in the middle.
The steal. Thompson against Hayward. Landry, a screen on Hayward. The teardrop falls in.
Oh, perfect timing there to knock down the teardrop.
Fourth quarter of play, and we're about 2.5 minutes through it right now. To the left side wing. Jay, the pass to Matt. Count the bucket, coming off a perfectly placed assist.
The shooting percentage continues to elevate here in the second half.
Well, as a group, they've been harmonic since the break. In sync. Good team basketball, resulting in high-quality shots.
Here's the screen. Here's Landry. And he wills that one in, sinking right through off the back iron.
And he came off that screen, and the D just didn't get over the top of it.
Yep, weren't there in time enough to challenge, Greg. And when that's the case, you can mark those up for him.
And here comes Hayward, leading the fast break. Nice shot by Gobert. And an important part of every team's game, a look at the hustle stats for the Jazz.
Contested shots and block shots. They're bread and butter defensively. They're giving up no easy looks.
And also the ball hockey. The way they've come up with the steals, the way they've harassed the ball handler all day, forcing mistakes. They've really done a nice job of taking advantage.
And turnovers have been the issue for them.
Yeah, it sure has been the case. I mean, turnovers are like missing breakfast. Eventually, it's going to cost you.
Well, I've always thought that it was good to maybe miss a breakfast or two, but that's another story. Anyhow, you can see the coaches have gotten into them a little bit about this. They've got to do a better job of taking care of the ball.
Stolen by Landry. A baseline J. And so it looks like the 76ers will retain possession here. Now off the inbound. Hayward grabs the board. Hayward's got 3 rebounds so far in the game. Deflects the pass. It's stolen by Stauskas. They need a good offensive possession.
Yeah, they've had a number of empty ones, a long time without a basket.
They got to find something, you're right. Here's Hayward. The coast-to-coast dunk.
This is crazy. Every shot they're taking right now is finding the mark.
Literally every shot, partner. I mean, they just aren't missing.
Trying to break that ice cold streak. But they get it back. Pass to Thompson. Clock at 6. And it's off the back rim. No good. And here's Utah. They're on a 14-4 run. To the paint. Picked off in midair. At the top of the key, Landry. Shot clock at 6. Gobert with the defensive effort.
And offensively, he has been a liability more than he's helped this quarter.
And Derek Favors with the slam.
A rim rocker.
Looked for a second like he might rip the cylinder loose.
I tell you what, that is some grown man strength on that attack.
Knocked away. Hayward goes in. Got that one up quick. Hayward's got 35 in the game.
And that's exactly how they've gotten the lead right here. Easily, he's been their most consistent performer.
As simple as it gets. He's hitting everything he's looked at. Keep feeding the fire.
And the whistle blows on the backcourt violation. He went over and back.
And this deficit, a direct result of their lack of execution offensively.
Ugly basketball, plain and simple. In this quarter alone, they've given away 10 points off their miscues.
Marshall, he's checked in for the 76ers. Pass to Gobert. Down low. It's tipped. It's stolen by Stauskas. They need to stop this run.
You know what, Kev? I think it's time to switch some things up, either by going to your bench or with a different look defensively to disrupt their rhythm.
Kicks it to Marshall. Knocked loose. Fast break. Here come the Jazz. Ahead. And the jam by Hayward. Just floating to the rim on that slam.
Boy, when he gets up and stays up.
Man, you could clock his hang time with an hourglass.
There's the pick. And here is Marshall. Five on the clock. With some arc. And the rejection by Favors. And now running up the court. Hayward's power down with both hands.
Great hustle to turn the block shot into a fast break hoop. That's a big-time play.
And the 76ers shooting at 36%. They really seem out of sync offensively. All alone, hammers it home to polish off the break.
And that's how you make a steal count. Turn it into a quick slam at the other end.
It was really a case. It looked like Greg Anthony right there, if I can say so. It was really a case of a great defensive play triggering some instant offense.
Yeah, I remember GA as an irritant. And this guy, much like Greg, creating havoc out there.
And, Clark, that's really deflating for a team to cough up the ball and have it turn into points immediately on the other end.
You know, Greg, it feels like giving up two baskets, the one you didn't get, and then the one you allow the opponent to get.
And he's clearly just disappeared here this quarter, not making any contributions here with his offense.
And, Greg, it's been hard to watch. I mean, you can see his frustration. He's actually looking forward to the end of this period so he can have a fresh start for the next one.
Pass to Holmes. Out left to the wing. Favors against Landry. Shot to end this full run, and he gets the bucket. Landry's got 4 points this quarter. On offense, here are the Jazz. So far in the fourth quarter, they've allowed just 6 points. And there's the pass to Jay. And there's another one for the Jazz.
Nice pass there to set that bucket up.
And that's 10 of their last 12 points that have come off assists.
Outside Landry. Here we go, all alone. And that one's good by Favors.
Moving it around, 8 of their last 10 coming off assists.
And, Greg, you know nothing makes a coach happier than selflessness on the basketball court.
Hayward with the ball. He's picked up by Landry. Here's Jay. Here's Mack. And the Jazz, another three.
That's something about all these turnovers. Right away, you're at a disadvantage defensively.
And, Greg, we're seeing that here tonight. I mean, so many of their mistakes and miscues have resulted in easy baskets the other way because their defense can't get set.
Landry dishes to Marshall. 6 on the shot clock. Stauskas kicks to Landry. 3, Marshall. Can't get it to go. Now the Jazz take it the other way. Outside Favors.
2 minutes left.
Here's Jay. And the Jazz, another three.
These defenders had better start closing out on those shooters.
That's 2 in a row, and we call that a streak.
Marshall passes to Landry. Out to the right wing. Marshall gets the bucket. 1:44 left in the fourth. Here's Mack. 11 feet away. Again, the Jazz score.
This is some kind of performance we're seeing from him today. He has yet to miss a shot.
And one team is just completely outclassing the other tonight. Spirited performance, and it really ignited what is turning out to be a monster win here for Utah.
You're right, Steve. It was a standout performance across the board. They were just, at times, Clark, it seemed toying with it.
Yeah, like watching a cat play with a mouse, Kevin. Quite honestly, they were able to do more or less, whatever they wanted to do.
And when you look back at this one, what an amazing performance this was for Jay. What more can you really ask of a guy? I mean, when you come out and get a triple-double, making contributions all over the place.
Terrific job that time defending at the rim. I mean, it's not an easy task stopping that fella when he's headed to the bucket like that. Good job.
Stolen by Thompson. To the middle. Here's Gobert, and he bangs it home with one hand.
This is a serious game-clinching run they're on.
Yeah, I agree with you. Just not backing off here. I mean, they're looking to close this one out in style. What a time to have this kind of serve.
Another miss by Philadelphia. It's 9 seconds separating the shot clock and Derek Favors with the slam.
And you can hear the disappointment in the crowd tonight. But we saw a team that was just ready to do battle in this arena. They clearly wanted this road win.
Crystal clearly. They came in here determined to steal this game, Greg. Their effort level, I thought, was outstanding, and they just took care of business.
Knocks it loose. Fast break. Here come the Jazz. Here's Jay. Throws down the breakaway jam.
Come on now, young fella. Watch out. You might bring that whole basket down on top of you.
I didn't think he was ever going to let go of the rim.
I tell you what, though, you might as well enjoy the moment. Make it last just a little longer.
And Marshall kicks to Stauskas. Landry with the screen. Here's Grant. It's good. And so it's Utah easily grabbing the win. This one was over well before the final buzzer. The fans were waiting for something to get excited about, Greg, but they never got it.
They sure didn't. I mean, they just rolled to this win. They made it look really easy. What an efficient performance at both ends.
And now we'll send it down to Doris Burke, who's standing by courtside.
Well, Derek, first off, congratulations on a very well-played game. It looked like you were having a ton of fun out there.
Oh, it's fun, man. It's always fun to win. I'm just coming out here playing my game. Rebounding, defense, that's my game. And Coach trusts me, so I couldn't let him down.
Know your role. It's always good advice, Derek. Thanks for the time. Guys, over to you.
Thank you, Doris. Great interview once again. And that'll wrap it up, folks. For Clark, Greg, and Doris, and the rest of our terrific crew, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for watching. We'll see you next time. Have a great evening.
The 2K Sports postgame show.
And hello again, everybody. Ernie Johnson with Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith. Let us take a moment now to recognize our Jordan Player of the Game. An absolutely astounding and historic night for him here in this game. He was simply unstoppable in what can only be described as a masterful performance. What'd you notice about his performance, Kenny?
He was up to every single challenge he faced tonight. He was in such control of the ball game. His showcase of his skill set was awesome.
His accuracy from the field was pretty eye-catching. I mean, if he was shooting the ball, it was going in. You rarely see a performance like this with this crazy high shooting percentage. Wow.
And that's it for our broadcast here tonight. But we're just getting started on a new season in the NBA. For Shaquille O'Neal, Kenny the Jet Smith, Kevin Harlan, and the entire 2K Sports crew, I'm Ernie Johnson. We'll see you again soon.
the 2K Sports pregame show.
Greetings, NBA fans. Welcome to 2K Sports. I'm your host, Ernie Johnson, and seated beside me, Kenny the Jet Smith, and the Diesel, Shaquille O'Neal. And our coverage tonight will be coming...